just to be aware, guys. So we're gonna trust Ricky. We're gonna try like ensnarement or something like that, especially that one particular annoying robot, as well as that. Look at that, guys. Greetings, citizen of the internet. My name is C+Hero, HeroVT making, and today on my live stream, or if you're watching this as a recorded, edited clip video, whatever, I am going to react to WatchMojo top 10 strongest Honkai Star Rail characters. This is like their tier list video, and I actually have seen a thumbnail made by another well-known YouTube content creator who make content related with Honkai Star Rail and reacted to this video as well. But I'm gonna put my own twist to it. So let's get to it and see what this video is all about.
The Antimatter Legion? Interesting.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the units at the very top of the current meta in Honkai Star Rail.
Alright, oh yeah, just to be aware, guys, so we're gonna trust Ricky. We're gonna try Ricky if he's gonna do his best to rank these characters.
Number 10, Kafka.
Okay, Kafka
Anyone
is
who
number
says lightning
10.
never strikes the same place twice has clearly never met Kafka. While her damage output looks underwhelming at first, the initial hit is only part of the story. You see, Kafka is the queen of the long game. Most of her skills apply the game-changing shock debuff, causing electrifying amounts of damage over time. Once you land a hit, all you have to do is sit back, relax, and watch as enemies fry around her. It's a sight to behold. In fact, Kafka's consistent access to status effects makes her one of the most reliable damage dealers in the whole cast. Shocking, isn't it?
Okay, so I think I agree with what they said about that. Kafka is more of a long game character because, you know, she is a dot unit. So like I said, Kafka, it is a long game character. I would say that much. I agree with that because she's not like immediate like a hyper carry DPS team. You can try building her around that, but she is much more better in a dot team, and she's even really good now thanks to Black Xuan, who is now available to get until the end of this month as of right now. But I kind of disagree that they put her at like at number 10 here. But just that's only based on what I know about Black Xuan right now. She is really good right now. So I would personally put her at a higher tier right now. But remember, this video was made by 2 months ago, so it's kind of understandable why they put Black Xuan here. Yeah, that's what I think. I think they got a little bit right on this one. But as of the information Honkai Star Rail right now, currently, I will put Black Xuan at a higher tier list. Like I say, almost like at number 1.
9, Xuan.
Nightbot is going crazy. Yeah, I know, right? Oh.
There's one very good reason to always keep Xuan.
Oh, so I also forgot to add the chat box. Then, whoops, sorry, guy. I forgot to make you guys appear in the chat box. I'm very much sorry about that. Whoops.
On your team. To put it simply, this girl does not die. Thanks to her litany of regenerative abilities, she can keep herself on the battlefield through just about any attack. And even better, she can do the same with her team. Xuan's unique skill allows her to partly shield her allies' damage intake for 3 turns. Pair that with her insane healing, and Xuan's party becomes nigh unkillable. Oh, and did we mention Xuan's skill also boosts her teammates' critical rate? Clearly, she doesn't just support your lineup. She's the reason it's effective at all.
The cycles of yin and yang.
Okay, so Xuan, yeah, Xuan is also a very good character too. I would say he is a good sustained preservation character. She can put up like a shield on your allies, the entire team, and she can even heal herself when her health is reached at a certain point. And she can put up this field that give your allies an effect resistance. What that does do, that it allows your allies to resist like certain like debuff, like ensnarement or something like that, especially that one particular annoying robot, as well as that other enemy that does ensnarement. You know, it's a very annoying debuff to do. It's basically a similar debuff that Wilt or any imaginary unit can do if they break the enemy's shield. But Xuan is very good. I think what they said about her here it's mostly correct. I think it is very correct, but personally, I don't have use Xuan because I have never unlocked her. So unfortunately, I cannot say much about what Xuan can do in a battle because I don't have much experience with her. But she's a really good character, and I'm hoping that there will be a rerun for her soon in the future during like the Penacony updates. So we'll see if she will ever come back.
Number 8, Seele.
Seele, the Quantum character.
In comparison to
and
Flash's
Bronya's
debuff
girlfriend.
mechanics and situational ultimates, Seele is pretty straightforward. She simply does damage, and a lot of it. However, in a game like Honkai Star Rail, that alone wouldn't be enough to make her stand out, especially since she's limited to single targets. But that's where Seele's uber-powerful talent, Resurgence, comes into play. Whenever she eliminates an enemy, Resurgence buffs her attack and lets her act again. Essentially, she has the attack stat of a single target master, but the versatility to plow through hordes at the same time. So, whether you're chipping away at a boss or grinding through grunts, Seele always deserves a spot on your team.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Yeah, okay, so Seele. Seele, another character that I have not have too much knowledge about, but I know that she is a quantum hunt character, and I think Seele is gonna become better now that there's a brand new character, Sparkle, coming out next month in about a week from now, actually, or less. Very, very soon right now, after, the Black Swan's banner is over by the end of this month. And with Sparkle, since Sparkle's a Quantum Harmony character, a lot of players in the Honkai Star Rail community right now is talking about that possibly Seele, she is going to be really good for a mono quantum team because Seele is the only, at least from what I know, the only DPS quantum unit in the game. So Seele might gonna become very popular again, like sometime like next month. So who knows? The tier list of Honkai Star Rail may going to change again because of Sparkles, and Seele might move up the rank. So we'll see. We'll see how Seele will perform in the coming weeks or so in next month when Sparkle comes out. But I think what they said about Seele here is correct. She is a single target unit, so that's the only downside. But her talent, regenerance, it's very good from what I heard because she can able to attack again and again. But another unit that's very good with Seele is someone I just mentioned a moment ago, is Bronya, her girlfriend, or the character that a lot of people want to ship with her because there is shipping anyway in this game. And Bronya is a very good character in Seele because she is can provide an action forward on your allies who already made a turn, so they could go make a turn again. And she also give a crit damage boost to your unit, I think, as well as speed boost too, if I'm correct about that. Maybe I'm not, but Seele is really good with Bronya, and Bronya is good with Seele. I think the developer of Honkai Star Rail purposely knew just how tight these two characters' relationship is, especially from the original Honkai Impact 3rd, if you guys play that game and know about the story behind it. But yeah, that's how Seele work, and I'm predicting that Seele is gonna become better again when Sparkle comes out next month in about a week from now. So that's my opinion about Seele.
My sword will be the last thing you see.
Given his name, it's only fitting Blade is the epitome of a glass cannon. He's got some of the best win skills in the whole game.
Yeah, I agree with that. He is kind of a glass cannon.
Namely, his health bar. While trading damage for damage sounds risky, it's circumvented by the fact that Blade doesn't start fights. He ends them. But, as an extra precaution, his ultimate has a built-in failsafe too. The ironically titled Death Sentence always restores Blade to half health, whether he's above or below the threshold. Then, it takes all the damage he's taken in the whole match and converts it into one explosive finishing blow. With that kind of firepower, who needs health anyways? Number 6, Tingyun.
Okay, so like Yeah, Blade. Blade is like crazy. He is like I believe she's a wind destruction unit, but he is really, really powerful. Like, but however, the riskier part is that the lower the health he is, the stronger he is. And if I'm correct, I think after he uses his ultimate move, I think he restore his health. I believe he get his health back. So when you're building a team centered around Blade, I don't think you really need a healer on your team, but maybe you could have a healer on the team just in case if Blade health become a little too low. But Blade is really, really good character. Hopefully if you guys have Blade, I recommend you guys to build around him if you really like his playstyle. But overall, just know that he is kind of a very risky character to use overall, and if you're not too careful, then he could die. He could legitimately die if he get hit really, really hard, like one hit KO by an enemy, like wham, you know. But anyway, he's a really cool character, the most edgiest character in the game probably, kind of like Sasuke from Naruto. But I think Blade is a little bit better than Sasuke. No offense to any Sasuke fan out there. Not trying to hate him. That's my hot take for today.
You get a buff, and you get a buff, you get a buff, and you get a buff.
Everybody
That's
get
right.
a buff.
Tingyun is all about those nice, powerful attack boosts. She's basically a walking, talking battery pack for your team, and with the right synergy, she can help even low-level heroes clear the battlefield. What's more, Tingyun has one of the most useful ultimates in the game, in that it helps others to get their ultimates. And yes, Tingyun's damage modifiers apply there too. It doesn't take a mathematician to see that attack buffs plus frequent ultimates equal a must-have for your team. After all, if you plan it right, Tingyun can be the buffer that keeps on buffing.
Yeah, Tingyun, they're right about Tingyun. Tingyun is a really good support unit. Matter of fact, I think she is even better than most 5-star character in the game. I know that sounds crazy because Tingyun is a 4-star character, but if you manage to pull her, you better invest her in the long run because she is such really good support character, a support unit, because she can give an attack buff to your enemy. She can boost the attack for your... Oh, did I say enemy? I meant to say a attack boost to your allies, and her ultimate can regenerate energy, which you need to activate your allies' ultimate in the first place. So she is really good. She's good with a lot of many characters centered around a single DPS, such as like Jingliu, Blade, Jingliu, so many other characters like Kafka, Black Swan. I mean, like, she's really, really good. I think she can work with pretty much in most team overall. Like, most team. But the unfortunate part about Tingyun is that she has some of the characters' highest aggro values in the game. What I mean by that is that whenever she's put in a team, the enemy is always aggro on her and always attack her. So she essentially is like a meat shield. She's literally like a meat shield. And the enemy just go and attack her most of the time. Like 99% of the time. It's kind of crazy.
Number 5, Silverwolf.
Yeah, Silverwolf! Look at that dice.
That's quite big. Impressive.
Quite as loud as good old-fashioned debuff. Entering Silverwolf. She specializes in reducing all of an enemy's stats, and we do mean all of them. Defense, speed, attack, you name it, Silverwolf can do it. But that's still nothing compared to her unique skill. Using Allow Changes, Silverwolf gives a foe an elemental weakness of one of her teammates' types. No other character in the whole game has that kind of mid-battle versatility. It's so flexible that honestly, Silverwolf can slot into just about any team composition and still do well. At this point, there's really no excuse to leave her on the bench.
Come back in a century. All done.
So Silverwolf. Silverwolf is very, very good. She is really like awesome character, and I was lucky enough to unlock her during like very late when I was playing Honkai Star Rail, and I managed to unlock her without spending money, at least that time. But she is really good when it comes to providing like debuff. She's a really good debuffer, one of the best, and she's the only character in the game that makes the enemy gain another weakness to a different type. Silverwolf, she's very good. She is one of the characters that I highly recommend to get. Although her rerun, her banner rerun ended like last year, actually, like a couple of months ago, like during the last patch. So I don't know when her rerun will show up this year, but hopefully maybe she'll come back again soon. But it won't be for a long time. But she is a very, very cool character, and I like her personality too. Fun fact, she's actually like an alternate version of Bronya from another game, Honkai Impact 3rd, which is another alternate version of the original Bronya from the same game. So essentially, Honkai Star Rail actually have two versions of Bronya. Let's just say that much.
Number 4. Bronya.
And speaking of Bronya, speak of the devil.
You don't even need to make a move to see why Bronya is worth joining the front lines. By activating her Banner of Command technique, every ally starts the next match with a passive attack buff. But when Bronya's actual turn comes around, she takes that idea to a whole new level. We're talking about dispelling debuffs, raising the whole team's damage output, and more. And if that's not enough, whichever ally Bronya targets immediately gets another turn too. It's obvious that Bronya is so much more than your average support unit. If used correctly, she can control the flow of the entire game altogether.
To guard and defend. Crush them!
So Bronya, right? Bronya, she is just an awesome character. Like, she is one of the 5-star standard characters that you can pull in this game. So in other words, she's not a limited 5-star character unlike Silverwolf, Blade, Xuan, or any other character that appear in this video so far. Like what they say, she could provide an attack and crit damage boost, and she also provides an action forward, meaning that when you use her skill, she can make your ally to move again. I actually explained this a little bit when I was explaining with Seele just a moment ago. And Bronya, again, she's a very good character. She can work in pretty much almost in any team, especially in a hyper carry DPS team like Blade and Jingliu if you have those characters. I actually would love to unlock her. And what's even cool about Honkai Star Rail is that if you pull on a standard banner for 300 times, you have the chance to choose one of the available 5-star standard characters, and Bronya is one of those characters. So she is a very worthy character to pick if you want a support character like her. Now, I know that this, Sparkle, one of the new 5-star limited character, that her banner is gonna start next week in March, when March starts. She does the same thing like Bronya, especially the action forward and provide crit damage boost. But there will be a question of whether Sparkle is better than Bronya, or Bronya can still have, relevancy in Honkai Star Rail meta in the coming weeks or so. So we'll see where Bronya will stand. But I think Bronya is still well worth character to get if you're not planning to get Sparkle, at least in my opinion. And I really want Bronya because she is so cool, and she's also kind of a pretty character, if you know what I'm saying.
Number 3. Luocha.
Remember your oath.
Luocha is another highly anticipated character for a rerun.
Ironically, the best healer in Honkai is also one of the game's most powerful combatants. Luocha's support abilities scale with his attack stat, giving him an incredibly rare niche as a unit that can both heal damage and dish it out. The best part? He can do it all in a single move. Once Luocha activates his signature skill, Prayer of the Abyss Flower, it will automatically replenish his allies' health when they take a certain amount of damage. No turn or skill points needed. That frees up Luocha to focus on offense, and thanks to his aforementioned attack stat, that comes pretty naturally. Talk about getting the best of both worlds.
To witness your promise.
Yeah, Luocha is a very, very good character. I have not unlocked him, but a lot of people really, really want this character to return back to the game when a rerun happens. So he is like one of the most long anticipated rerun characters in the game, because like they said, and I think WatchMojo got this right. Luocha is a very good, one of the best healers in the game. He is like really cool character. Also very mysterious, but I think Luocha is gonna be very useful even now. But there's so many other healer character that does well too, that does better. Like the only downside about Luocha is that his basic attack kind of suck. But then again, he is a very delicate healer. Just that his attack-wise is not really that good. That's the only downside. But you kind of really don't need for him to be an attacker, because he is just should be a healer and only should be a healer. So in other words, he just have a one job and he's really good at it. Let's just say that much. He's good at his job as a healer and nothing else. And that's just it.
Number 2, Jingliu.
Woo! Yeah, baby! My waifu!
Ever since her release, Jingliu has frozen her way at the very top of the competitive scene. And for good reason. With or without investment, her ice damage is simply unmatched. Especially when you take into account her signature talent, Crescent Transmigration. Each basic attack raises her level, and after just 2 strikes, Jingliu no longer needs any skill points to unleash her devastating ice skills. To put that into perspective, her ultimate can dish out over 300% of her gargantuan attack stat onto a single enemy. So word of advice,
I wish
you're
that
as strong
damage
as her
could be
in a
over
very
9,000. Yes, mommy, sorry, mommy, sorry, yes, OMG.
Before we
She is such a cool character. So Jingliu. She is such a cool character. Like, Jingliu is a really cool character. No pun intended. And as you guys know, Jingliu is my favorite character ever. I'm still currently building her Hyper Carry team with her, and I'm pretty much mostly done, though I kind of need to improve on her speed and crit rate, for example. But she is really good. Her Crescent Transmigration, when she goes into her crazy mode, after 2 stack of synergy is up, she goes into this crazy mode, and her crit damage and crit rate increases. So she can do a lot of damages, and when she's in a crazy mode, it doesn't use up any skill point, which is very cool. So she's kind of sort of a skill neutral character, even though she's also very skill negative, because in order for her to go into the crazy mode, you need to use her skill like twice while she's in her normal mode. But Jingliu is a really awesome character. I like her backstory, I like her design, and she's happened to be voiced by my favorite content creator, Amelie.
Hey.
So that's a plus too. She's just a really overall cool character. No pun intended. The only downside is that why did they put her at number 2 though? I'm just curious about what they put for number 1 now.
Number 1, Heng, Imbibitor Lunae.
What? Heng, Imbibitor Lunae? Okay, so
If you're looking for damage, you're in the right place. As its name implies, the Imbibitor Lunae form is Heng, but better in just about every conceivable way. Arguably, he's better than everyone else too. Thanks to his talent, Righteous Heart, Dan gets a slight damage buff with each individual hit of his basic attack. He can also stack skill points to increase the number of hits, ramping up the multiplier even more. Then, just to really sweeten the deal, Imbibitor Lunae comes with unique passives that offset his high energy costs. Suffice it to say, this is Imbibitor Lunae's game, and everyone else is just living in it.
this music is so bopping. Okay, so Inhibitor Lunae, or a lot of people call him as Daniel. Daniel is a very good DPS. However, the downside about him is that his most enhanced, strongest form of special attack, his skill, you have to use it up to 3 times, which costs 3 skill points. So Daniel might going to move up in the tier list and the meta tier list again because of Sparkle. Why? Well, I forgot to mention this, or maybe I already have explained it. Sparkle, she can restore your ally skill points. So that's very, very good synergy with Daniel, because Daniel uses a lot of skill point. He uses up to 3 skill point to enhance his skill to the highest, strongest level. So with Sparkle, Daniel gonna be very, very good. I think we're gonna see a lot of different form of Daniel team that has Sparkle in it. So Sparkle will likely gonna change the meta, and Daniel is gonna be on the top of the DPS again. I mean, he kind of still is, but because of how his mechanic work, it kind of very risky to use Daniel, because like I said, his skill point or his use of skill cost a lot. It's very expensive, but I think he's gonna be a very, very good character to use, and I think Daniel is gonna be very, very strong with Sparkle in the team. I think Sparkle is gonna really help Daniel. And also, again, Daniel is available on the banner on the rerun right now, alongside with Black Xuan in the game right now. So if you really want Sparkle, I would also highly recommend to get Daniel right now too. Pull for him, because he's gonna be really good with Sparkle, and Sparkle gonna really help with Daniel, especially when it comes to restoring that skill point and using that skill point as many times as you want to. It's gonna be really, really good. I think it's gonna be really, really good. I think Daniel team, it's gonna like change the meta and gonna be like very popular team very quickly in the coming weeks or so. It's gonna be crazy. Let's just say that much. Well, anyway, that's all for Watch Mojo. So, what do I think about this video overall? Personally, I think it's not that bad. Now, I don't know much about Honkai Star Rail a lot, because I already have been playing this game for about, like, I think about, let's see now, I've been playing it like around, probably like late October or early November, per se. No, I think I started playing like late September or something like that. So, I've been playing this game about a half a year, almost half a year, at least a little over 6 or 7 months now. But I still don't know a lot about this game. I'm not a huge Honkai Star Rail expert, to say the least. I'm nowhere near that level, nor I'm planning to be. But I'm trying to do my best to share my own knowledge and take. I think overall, this video is not that bad. Then again, this video is kind of like 2 months old. So it is kind of quite outdated. I think right now, Kafka is definitely at the top of the tier list right now because of, you know, Black Xuan. Black Xuan is a great support for Black Xuan because of the whole dot damage over time work now with Black Xuan's Arcana and stuff. So I think Kafka will be put on number 1. For Daniel, I think Daniel is kind of a little bit at the bottom rank right now, but until Sparkle came out, he kind of remain at the same where he is right now. Jingliu is still at the very, very top. I think she's like in the A tier list, maybe not in the S tier list like when she first came out, but she is still very good. Blade is still very good. Xuan is still really good for as a sustained unit. Luocha is still one of the best healer, although his basic attack still sucks. But that doesn't really matter because all he needs is just to be a healer. That's his only good job that he does. And overall, I think this video is just fine. I'll give it like a B+. That's all I can say. I think they got their research like pretty much done correctly for most. But then again, this is a 2-month-old video, so it's kind of a little bit outdated. If they want to do make an improvement, I would say that they should put Kafka at a higher tier list, for sure, at a higher level because of thanks to Black Xuan, like I said before. But overall, I think this video is not that bad. Anyway, I think we're gonna move on to play Honkai Star Rail. But for all you guys who watching this on YouTube, if you enjoy watching this, please consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and check my other Honkai Star Rail related content here on my YouTube channel, as well as my social down in the video description below. We're gonna switch to Honkai Star Rail now, but I'm just gonna be real quick for a short break, and I'll see you guys soon.